Hey everybody, this is Joe from the Joe&ZO pod, and we're here to talk some cards. We have two TTM submissions today. Both of them come in from Phoenix, Arizona. And the first one is from Mr. David Segui. He signed 2 and 13 days. Segui played from 1990 to 2004. He was primarily a first baseman. He played for the Orioles, the Mets, the Expos, Seattle, Toronto, Texas, Cleveland, and then the Orioles again. He's a pretty good player for someone who played on so many teams. Usually these guys do not go to so many teams, but he did play for a lot of teams. He was an excellent fielder. He was drafted in 1987 in the 15th round by the Orioles, and by 1990 he'd already made the majors, so a 15th round pick, making the majors in 2 years was pretty good. Like I said, he was an excellent fielder. He was not a big home run hitter. He was mostly hitting for average and getting on base. His best season was in 2000 when he played for Texas and was then traded to Cleveland. He hit .334 with 19 homers and 103 RBIs. He is re-signed with the Orioles before the 2001 season and signed a 4-year deal, and I don't think he played more than 80 games in any of those seasons. So by the end of that contract, he retired due to those injuries. The post-career for David Segui was not as good. He was one of the players named in the Mitchell report as having taken steroids while he was with the Mets. So that sort of ruined his post-career legacy, but was very excited to get that from Mr. Segui. He was one of my favorite players while I was growing up, so it was pretty cool to get that response, and so quickly. Our second response today is from Mr. Brad Arnsberg. He also signed 2 of 2 in 13 days. What I thought was actually pretty cool about this, if you notice, the Yankees card over here on the left, he's signed it in black, and the Rangers card over here, he signed it in blue. And I thought it was cool that he did a different color for each card that went better with the card. The blue definitely does go better with the Ranger blue on the uniform. He played from 1986 to 1992. He was a pitcher, as it says here on the cards, with the Yankees, with Texas, and his last season with Cleveland. His career numbers, he had a .7 WAR. He was 9-6 with a 4.26 ERA and a 1.54 WHIP. He also had 6 saves. He was drafted 5 times, and I saw that on his baseball reference page, and I did not understand it. Let me censor that a little bit. I did not get that at all. So I looked it up. Apparently there used to be 2 drafts a year. As we know, the regular Major League Baseball draft is in June. They used to have a second one in January for basically any high schoolers that graduated early. So he was drafted 5 times between the June and January drafts, but the last time was in 1983, where he was drafted 9th overall by the Yankees. He was primarily a reliever. His best season came in 1990 with Texas, when he was 6-1 with a 2.15 ERA and 5 saves. After 1992, his last season in the majors, he bounced around for a couple years in the minors before ultimately retiring. He was the pitching coach for 4 different teams throughout the late 90s, early aughts. He won the World Series as the pitching coach for the Marlins in 2003. And one bit of trivia, in 1990 when he had those 5 saves, so one of those saves was actually saving the 300th win for Nolan Ryan. So that is his claim to fame. And then one last thing for you guys today. This is not a classic TTM, but this is pretty cool. It's an open secret in the TTM community, but not as well known in the general fan community. But you see right here, this is a baseball signed by Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball. That is an official Major League Baseball. This is a real deal baseball that you would have to pay somewhere between $20 and $30, probably $25 for in a store. And basically, if you write into the Commissioner of Baseball asking for a signed ball, he will send you one. If you've seen my first video that I put on this channel, I explained how to do a standard TTM. So for this, basically you can go on Sports Card Forum and search for Rob Manfred. You will find the address and basically just put a little note in an envelope asking for a signed ball. Make sure you include your return address on the note. This came back in 16 days, and you get a signed baseball by Rob Manfred. And whether or not you think he's a good commissioner, I personally am not a big fan of his as a commissioner, but this is a pretty cool souvenir item, and it is ultimately a real Major League Baseball. So you'll have that as part of your collection. So that's the Taken for today, the Rob Manfred baseball, the David Segui cards, and the Brad Arnsberg cards. I'm actually remembering right now at the end of the video, I apologize, I never gave the career statistics for David Segui. He had a 10.4 WAR, he had a 291 average, 139 homers, 684 RBIs, and an 802 OPS. So again, like I said, 291 is a very good career average, but not so many homers in 14 years. But again, he was a very good hitter, a very good fielder, did not hit for power. But that was David Segui, that was Brad Arnsberg, and that is, whoop, there it goes flying, the Rob Manfred baseball. I guess I'll put a few more, the details again of how to get the baseball in the description of the video. But it was a pretty cool thing to get in the mail, and you can get one too and tell your friends, because as for now, this is still secret overall. It's not a secret in the autograph community, but in the general baseball community, I don't think many people know about this. Anyway, little inside tip over there from Joe&ZO. So that's it for today. Thank you for pulling up a chair and joining us for this video. Please comment, like. I would love if you guys could subscribe. And of course, if you have any questions, you can comment below or email us at joeandzopod@gmail.com. joeandzopod@gmail.com. All right, until next time, this is Joe&ZO. Have a great day.